guys. First guy we're going to talk about is Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he went to the Miami Dolphins in round 1. Fitzpatrick's key strength is his versatility, and as we all know, Minkah is excellent at lining up in the slot in a strong safety role around the line of scrimmage, and also as a free safety. He himself described himself as a, quote, Swiss Army knife, and with 2 starting linebackers in Miami, it'll be interesting to see where the Dolphins will utilize him. Up next, we have Da'Ron Payne, who went to the Washington Redskins in round 1. Payne joins the Redskins after an illustrious career at Alabama, highlighted by first-team All-SEC selection by the Associated Press last year. In 3 seasons with the Crimson Tide, Payne appeared in 44 games, recorded 102 tackles, along with 6 passes defended, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovered, and 1 interception. In Washington, Payne will be reunited with former Bama teammates Jonathan Allen and Ryan Anderson. Up next, we have Rashaan Evans, who went to the Tennessee Titans, and the Titans had to trade up a few spots to nab him in the first round. Evans is viewed as a versatile, every-down linebacker who has the ability to start from day 1 for Tennessee. He becomes the 11th Alabama linebacker drafted under Nick Saban, and the first linebacker selected by the Titans in the first round since 2000. Up next, we have our boy Calvin Ridley. So Ridley went to the Falcons, and he finished the 2nd season in Alabama history with 224 receptions. He led 2nd in receiving touchdowns with 19, and then ranking 3rd in receiving yards with almost 3,000. With Julio Jones drawing double teams and being at the focus for defensive game plans, Ridley should mostly get one-on-one coverage and one hell of a rookie season. Up next, we have Ronnie Harrison. So he was selected in the 3rd round by the Jaguars, and the Jaguars ended up with an ultimate value grab in the 2018 NFL Draft when they selected Ronnie Harrison. Harrison was a player many thought could be a potential first round pick, but they thought at worst he'd end up in the 2nd round, so taking him in the 3rd, like I said, is definitely a steal. On the bonus side, the Jaguars think Harrison could play both safety positions in their defensive scheme. Let's talk about Shaun next. He went to the Lions in the 4th round, and the Lions finally addressed their needs on the defensive line on the final day of the draft by picking him up. Hand could be a versatile player on the inside and on the edge of the defensive line. In Detroit, he'll be reunited with defensive line coach Bo Davis, his position coach when the Crimson Tide won the national title in 2015. Next guy up is Anthony Averett. So he went to the Ravens in round 4. General manager Ozzie Newsome said he was the team's highest rated player on the board when they made the pick. He'll be reunited with, quote, locker buddy Marlon Humphrey. The 2 starred at Alabama together for 2 seasons and talked several times during the pre-draft process about reuniting. Beyond his Alabama connection, he's also the nephew of former Ravens tackle Bryant McKinnie, who helped the Baltimore Ravens win Super Bowl 47. Then we got J.K. Scott. Now, he was selected as a punter in the 5th round by the Packers, and many people raised an eyebrow when that happened, but Scott was one of, if not the best punter in college football last year. He was a finalist for the Ray Guy Award 2 years in a row, and while he never won the award, he was a consistent secret weapon for the Crimson Tide. It'll be interesting to see if Scott can beat out current punter Justin Vogel for punting duties in 2018 and beyond. Dion Hamilton, he went round 6 to the Washington Redskins, and after picking up defensive lineman Da'Ron Payne in the 1st round, the Redskins on Saturday traded up to get Dion Hamilton at pick 197. With his addition to the roster, the Redskins now have 5 former Alabama players as Hamilton joins Payne along with Ryan Anderson, Jonathan Allen, and Eric Kuangio. Up next, we have Bradley Bozeman. He's a center, and he went to the Ravens as well. He went round 6. The Ravens added more competition to their center spot by drafting the hard-nosed center in Bozeman. Baltimore has an open starting center position after Ryan Jensen was signed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in free agency. And then Bo Scarbrough, he went to the Dallas Cowboys in round 7. Scarbrough, who skipped his senior season at Alabama and kind of fell on a lot of people's draft boards, likely to the rise of Najee Harris and Damian Harris, both Alabama backs, who will be brought in to battle Rod Smith to fill the Alfred Morris role, spotting Ezekiel Elliott and occasionally acting as his primary backup. Now, Joshua Frazier, he went in round 7 to the Steelers. New defensive line coach Carl Dunbar is very familiar with the Steelers' latest draft pick because, in fact, he coached him. Frazier will join Pittsburgh defensive line that also includes All-Pro Cam Hayward, the 2016 3rd-round selection Javon Hargrave, and 5-year veteran Stephon Truitt. All right, let's go ahead and recap where all these Alabama's players went in the 2018 NFL Draft. We have Minkah Fitzpatrick going to the Dolphins, Da'Ron Payne going to the Redskins. We have Rashaan Evans to the Titans and Calvin Ridley to the Falcons. Up next, we have Ronnie Harrison. He went to the Jaguars. He went to the Lions. Anthony Averett, he went to the Ravens. And J.K. Scott, the punter, went to the Packers. Up next, Dion Hamilton. He's with the Skins. Bradley Bozeman, he signed with the Ravens. Bo Scarbrough, he's now a Dallas Cowboy, and then Frazier went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't worry, there were also some undrafted free agents who were go ahead and picked up after the NFL draft. Brown went to the Chargers, Wallace went to the Bills, Foster, he also went to the Bills, Sims went to the Falcons, and then Hassenauer, he went to the Falcons as well. All right, guys, I want to know from you, what was your favorite selection out of all the Alabama players in the 2018 NFL draft, just based on fit or what have you? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to respond later on.